Good morning, Bulls. This is your 14U Bulls taking on the Evansille Thunder. SYTHL League play. I'm Justin Cole here with Lauren Cole. He's going to help us work all the gizmos that run the clock and stuff. Bulls be in their red jerseys on the far end down there. So have about a 2-minute warm-up. Excuse me, 3-minute warm-up, not 2 minutes. I don't know where I got that from. It's early. My coffee hadn't hit yet. Starting in net, number 2, Liam Duncan. Pulling up Tendy duty for us. We'll start this broadcast like we always do by thanking our coaches. Head coach Mike Jeffries, assistant coaches Josh Uptain and Jackson Corbin. Appreciate everything y'all do for our kiddos. Bulls dropped a tough one to the Flyers last night, 5-0. Flyers just played Huntsville Chargers, and it was a bit of a runaway. They had, I think it was 11-0. Hoping for a good outcome this morning. If you have access to the chat, want to drop us a line, give a player shout out, drop a Go Bulls, by all means, feel free. About a minute and a half left on this warm-up, and then we'll get things going. We were on the nice side of the Huntsville arena yesterday and got to shoot from the red line, but you can see that little awning that sticks out on this side. This side is not easy to shoot video from. So bear with us on the angles and stuff. There are going to be times when we can't see what's going on that right-hand side of the screen. We do our best. All right, that's going to do it for our warm-up. Grabbing the pucks, we'll get a last-minute word from Coach, and then we will be underway here. Thunder has had some blowout games too this weekend. I think they beat Huntsville 8-0, and I want to say the Phoenix game was like 6-1. We'll see how we do against them. Coming up for the Bulls, we're going to have, let's see here, Will Federley at center, going to take the face-off. He's got Caleb Doro with him, Sasha Dedu. Back on defense, we're going to have Lucas Kohlmeyer and Lucas Bencomo, affectionately known as Big Ben, and of course, between the pipes, big number 2, Liam Duncan. Puck is dropped. Evansville wins it. Tied up right here on the edge, but Evansville advances into Bulls territory. In the near side corner, now going around behind the net, up the wall. Evansville recovers, centers this one. comes off his stick, pursued by the Bulls. Looks like we've managed to exit the zone, but scrum right here on the right, I can't see what's happening there. Back into Bulls territory. Puck is in the corner, picked up by Big Ben. He circles around behind. He's going to fire out and way down the ice. Probably going to be in icing. Face off in the Bulls zone. Coming in is Shannon Caudle for the face-off. He'll have Reese and can't tell who's with him. That's Gus. Blocker to side by Liam. This one goes wide. Gus in pursuit. Evansville's going to get there first. Can't again. Here we go. Picked up by, I think that was Reese behind the net. No, it's Parker. Excuse me. Remy Uptain in there, boxing his man out, pushes the puck into the corner, slaps it up the wall for Reese, and we're going to have a penalty on, is it Evansville? Yeah, it looks like Bulls are going to go on a power play here. And so the call was a minor misconduct. I didn't see what happened. Shannon's going to stay out. Reese and Gus back on defense. Parker and Remy Uptain. Tie up there to Gus. Gus puts one on net, and the goalie dives on it. I think Gus had gotten a little bit firmer hold of that one. He had a chance there. Shannon again. Shannon gets the draw to the wall. Reese takes a shot, sticked aside by the Evansville goalie. Gus back to his defender. Parker trying to work this one in. Evansville jumps it right at the blue line and pushes it out into Bulls territory. Remy loses his feet. Evansville, no, Shannon gets there first. Slaps it up against the wall. Puck is bouncing around. Gets over to Gus. He's going to backhand this one out. It's out of the zone. But Evansville comes right back in. Over to Reese now. Reese can't hang on to it. Evansville on the attack. Remy with the poke check. Reese stands his man up. That was Shannon stood his man up against the wall. Evansville coming right back in. Shannon with the puck. Gets a stick lift, though. Evansville steals. Bulls cannot exit the zone here. It's bad. You would think Evansville was on the power play here. Evansville with the wraparound. Liam stuffs them at the pipe. Nice job by Liam Duncan. Reese Douglas goes around one man. Reese with a chance here. Gets run down from behind, and they steal it from him. Evansville right back on the rush at the Bulls. They don't care they're a man down. They're going to put shots on net. Missed the one-timer. Puck's in the corner. Evansville centers this one, spins, and great job there by Kohlmeyer to block that one out. And here we go on the rush, and Jude Cody gets boxed off the puck. Philip Graw trying to make something happen, nothing doing. Evansville has killed their penalty now. Back in the neutral zone. Kohlmeyer has it, skates wide, poke check, and stolen away. Hall passes across to Bencomo. Bencomo can't hang on to it, but manages to slow it down, and I believe they caused an offsides. 9:59 left to play in the first. Jude Cody for the faceoff. I think that's Jude. Yeah. Evansville pushes in. Hall slapped it out of the zone, but Evansville right back there. They're going to retain possession from the blue line. He's going to throw it in the corner. This one comes around behind the net, back to the defender. They chip it back in. Big Ben slaps it up the wall. Evansville not letting the Bulls throw it up the wall like that. From the blue line. Shot, blocker to side by Liam Duncan. Nice job, Liam. From the blue line again. Shot, missed the net. Evansville still in possession, right in front. Bulls got to clear that out. Another shot, missed the net. Jude Cody in there, battling a man right behind the net. Here comes Big Ben. Kicks it to himself. Comes around behind the net. He's going to ice this one. Probably a smart decision, as Evansville was applying a ton of pressure right there. Line change for the Bulls and for Evansville. In comes, it's Will Federley for the face-off. He'll have Sasha and Caleb Doro with him. Back on defense, Parker and Remy. Evansville wins the face-off, takes a shot from the point, deflected wide by one of the defenders. I think that's Remy with the puck skating forward. He bats this one into Evansville territory. Thunder recover right behind their net. A lot of forward pressure there by Sasha. Sasha can't catch up to him, though. Evansville exits the zone. Evansville pass to the point, and they take a shot deflected by the Bulls defenders. Can't see what's happening in the right-hand side there, but here we go. Pass outlet to Sasha. Sasha got one guy to beat. Skates wide. Sasha passes across to Will, and Will Federley puts it in the top corner. Great job by Sasha Dedu to see the outlet pass on the backhand side, and Will Federley was set up perfectly to put that one right over the goalie's shoulder. Awesome play by both of those guys. Puts the Bulls up by 1. Line change for the Bulls. Here comes Shannon, Reese, and Gus back on defense. Ben Como and Kohlmeyer. Evansville wins this one. Tipping it up. It gets to Kohlmeyer. He sends it right back at him. Evansville recovers. Pass across. Can't see what's happening on that right-hand side. Evansville has it at the blue line, smashed by a couple of Bulls defenders. And Gus couldn't catch up to that one. Evansville in their own zone, they circle. Pressure by Reese. Almost caused the turnover there. Evansville working up through the center. Stopping him at the blue line, though, was Reese Douglas. Back to Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer backhands it up to Shannon. Shannon to Gus. Gus trying to work it in the zone. Turnover right here as they cross the blue line, and Evansville gets that one out. Kohlmeyer going wide, looking for Reese. Can't quite hook up with him, though. Kohlmeyer blocks that one, keeps it on the boards. Here comes Reese to help him out. Reese works it in the zone, tips it in deep. Bulls chasing. Reese boxed off the puck, and here comes Gus. Gus trying to lay the body in there, slows his man down. Pass goes behind Gus, recovered by Evansville. Outlet pass across. It's one-on-one here in the defensive zone. Great job there by Bencomo, who pushes it in the corner. Gus trying to clear this one out, but can't quite do it. Behind the net now. Big Ben goes up against the wall. Evansville picks it up at the blue line. Reese harassing his man, trying to make something happen. Big Ben again, going around looking for Reese. Reese, little half step too late. Big Ben sends this one out and down the ice. I think that's on net, and it'll have to be played. He's going to hold it, and Smart covered that one. Line changes for both teams. Here comes Jack Hooper for the face-off. He'll have Philip Graw and Jack Hall with him. Back on defense, Remy and Parker. Evansville picks this one up, jumps it on the draw. There's Remy Uptain keeping it in play for the Bulls. To Remy at the blue line, jumps over his stick, can't keep it in. Remy trying to get this one back to Hall. Hall puts it on his stick. Nice battle there by Evansville, and they recover. Back to Hall. Hall working it in the zone, up the far side boards. Hall tries for the backhand centering pass, and Jack Hooper just got smashed as he was trying to make that play. Goalie jumped on it and covered. Smart move. Sorry about that. I left the clock running. Hooper for the faceoff again. Evansville wins it. They chip it up the boards right to Remy. Remy sends it right back at Hall. Hall trying to settle this one down. Evansville not going to let him have it. Hall smashes his man against the boards, and Bulls not letting him enter the zone easily here. That puck is going right back and forth across the blue line. Probably wasn't offsides, but no call. Here we go. Hooper takes it, backhands it up, and Hall pulled up off of that one a little bit. Evansville's going to throw it in the corner. Evansville behind the Bulls net, trying for a centering pass. Hall sends that one, but I believe we have a delayed penalty as their goalie came off. That's an icing. That has to be called. That's an icing. This is I don't understand what happened there. Looks like Bulls are going on a penalty kill. I can't tell who's in the box just yet. .446 left on the clock. Lauren left me, so I'm trying my best here, y'all. Puck is dropped. That was Will for the faceoff. Kohlmeyer sends it up against the far side boards. Evansville chips it back in. Big Ben applying some pressure in the corner there. Harassing his man, but Evansville retains possession. Sends it back to the defender. Shot from the blue line. Takes a weird bounce, but blockered aside by Liam. Reese gets a hold of it, pushes out, goes around one, gets stood up by a man. Here comes Will Federley with the pressure. Evansville sends it around, though. This one's going to get back to the blue line and chips out over to Bencomo from Kohlmeyer. Bencomo not letting his man have that one easy. To Will. Will has some space. If he can catch up with that one, can't do it. Here goes Evansville right back at the Bulls. Evansville right of the center. They're going to call that a trip. No call. All right. Here we go. Kohlmeyer on the far side. Can't hang on to the puck, though. Evansville not letting them exit the zone. Kohlmeyer chips this one up, but hits another guy. Evansville with the shot. Missed wide. In the corner now. Can't see what's happening. Evansville moves it in tighter. Shot goes through the crease into the far side boards. Trying to center this one. Spin. Liam kicks that one aside. Nice job by Liam Duncan. Bulls have killed the penalty now. Here we go. This one's going out to Gus. Gus, way deep in Thunder territory, takes a huge hit. No call. Evansville right back in Bulls territory. Stopped by Remy Uptain, not letting him have that shot. Another shot, and Liam traps this one under his puck. Under his pads. Face off in Bulls territory. Looks like it came out there, but Evansville recovers right back in. Shot, and Liam with the glove save. Nice job. Looks like Caleb took a shot point blank to the shin, and that hurt. Shannon Caudle recovers in the corner, trying to make something happen. Bulls exit the zone here. On the rush now. That's Sasha with the backhand pass to Gus. Gus with the shot, and the goalie snatched that one out of the air. Nice play there by Sasha to get that one down the ice. to Cody for the face-off. Gets to Jack Hooper on the wall, and he put a shot on net, but the goalie dives on that one. 2:16 left in the first. Cody again for the face-off. Evansville wins the draw. In the corner, this one goes past Kohlmeyer and everybody all the way down the ice. No icing. Big Ben gets there first, circles behind the net. He's got some space. He skates it. Looks like he got boxed up there. Back to Kohlmeyer behind the net. Kohlmeyer skates this one wide, goes high on the boards. That one comes out of the zone. Should have been an offsides. And they finally call it. Evansville wins this one. Bounces around some skates to Jack Hooper. He sends it back to Kohlmeyer at the defensive position, and Kohlmeyer passed it to that Evansville guy. I don't know what was happening there. I think he was going for the outlet pass, and they might have just jumped it, but caused an offsides. 1:42 left on the first period clock. Puck is dropped. Can't see what's going on. I guess we have another offsides. It must have gone in the bench. Will for the face-off. Evansville wins the draw back. Sasha tied his man up, so they just took a backhand and dumped it in. Kohlmeyer's going to get there. Kohlmeyer stolen away. Back to Will. Will looking for an outlet pass, but he's got a lot of space here, but Evansville closes the gap. Will now skating with it. Up the near side boards. Will through the center. Will. Drop-off pass for Sasha, and Sasha can't get it back to Will. Philip Graw trying to make something happen behind the net there, but couldn't quite get there. Nice job by Sasha to step up and break up that play. Here goes Evansville in the zone. Kohlmeyer goes around one. Can't clear the zone, though. Thunder loses it off his, kind of over-corrected on his stick handling and lost it, but still have possession. They try to center this one. Nice job there by Will to box that one out. Kohlmeyer on the far side boards. He's up, drags around one. That was offsides. Will didn't anticipate him toe dragging right there at the blue line. Caused an offsides. 43 seconds left in the first. Here comes Shannon Caudle for the face-off. Reese and Gus with him. Back on defense, Remy and Caleb Doro. Caleb tips this one forward. Evansville still got it. They send it at the Bulls. Caleb slowing it down a little bit. Evansville trying to push into Bulls territory, but they're stuck here in the neutral zone. Here goes Reese. Nothing doing. Bulls can't get possession here in the neutral zone. Taking a lot of stabs at the puck. Evansville throws it in deep. Caleb gets there first. Goes wide. Caleb up the boards. Can't clear as Evansville just seals the boards down. Reese kicks this one out into the neutral zone. Shannon Caudle with the pressure. They're in the zone now. Skating in tight and stolen by Caleb Doro. And that's going to do it for your first period. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. Second period starting out. Be changing sides. All right, coming out for the Bulls, we will have Jude Cody taking the face off. With him will be Hall and Hooper. Back on defense, we'll have Uptain and Doro. Evansville wins the draw. Remy Uptain throws it right back in the neutral zone. Bulls can't get possession though. Here comes Evansville. Shot kicked aside by Liam. Back to the defense. Defense challenged at the blue line. Hall chips it off of his stick and nothing doing. Caleb Doro stands one up, but Evansville recovers in the corner. Back to their defenseman. Shot kicked aside by Liam. Can't see what's happening down here. Evansville comes away with it. Shot over the net. Evansville, all the time in the world, just tries to pass it to his man right down low. Evansville working it around, dragging around folks. On the backside, Liam stops that one. And Remy Uptain got boarded, no call. That was a textbook boarding. Great job by the Bulls there to box that one out. It looks like the net came off its moorings, and so that caused the stoppage. All right, out for the Bulls. Have Shannon Caudle, Sasha, and Phillip. Shannon sent that one over to Phillip. Couldn't hang on to it, though. Here comes Evansville through some traffic and into the corner. Evansville goes back to their defense, misses, and it's all the way down the ice. Goalie comes out to play it, and I don't know that I would have done that, but they clear it anyway. Bulls split the defense, and Evansville takes a shot wide of the net. On the far side corner, Will went for the check instead of the puck, and Evansville recovers, trying to center it. Kohlmeyer has it on his stick now. He skates wide, goes high on the boards. Probably gonna be, and nope, it's on net, so they play it. Evansville all the way down the ice, and we'll have an icing here. All right, coming up for the Bulls, well, Shannon Caudle's going to stay out. We'll have Reese Douglas and Gus with him. Lucas is back on defense. This one gets over to Gus. Gus sends it back to Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer winds up, fires at the net, kicked aside by the goalie. Evansville recovers the rebound, trying to work this one out. They do. Big Ben steps up. Excuse me, that was Kohlmeyer stepped up. Stop the play at the red line, but here comes Evansville. Throw deep into Bulls territory. Bencomo gets there first. Bencomo sends this one up to Caudle. Caudle working through space. Caudle passes across to Reese. Reese with the shot from way downtown, knocked aside by the goalie. Evansville going up the far side boards here. Big Ben gets there first, works it in tighter. Big Ben for the backhand pass to backside pass to Reese, but Reese couldn't connect the one-timer. Puck down in Bulls territory. Kohlmeyer gets there, circles, goes wide, pressured by a man, but he works it up to the far side boards. He's into Thunder territory, centers it for Reese. Reese with the backhand shot. It's still loose. Evansville trying to tee that one up. Kohlmeyer throws that one on net, but nothing doing. And Here come Evansville. And what a hit by Kohlmeyer. Big Ben trying to pins his man against the boards. Big Ben trying to work this one around. It comes up high to the defenders, but Reese Douglas gets around one. Can Reese make something happen? Pushing into Thunder territory. Looks like they're going to get there first behind the net. Coming out of their zone. A lot of toe dragging going on. The Bulls just running them over right now. Back to their defender. He throws it in deep. Got an uncovered man down here low. And trying to set up the one-timer. Nothing doing. That one missed the net. Right to the center from the high slot. Blocked by Liam Duncan. Shot wide right through the center. This one gets back to the defenseman. Defenseman passes down low. Trying to work it in tighter. Right from the slot. Liam with the block. Nice job. Another shot. And I think that one was stopped by Kohlmeyer to Shannon Caudle. Shannon over to Gus, but it's behind Gus's back. Gus tips it into Thunder territory. We got to get a line change here as folks are getting tired. And they are going to call Kohlmeyer for a rough on that when Remy got straight up boarded down here. Incredible. All right. Okay. So here we go. Bulls on a penalty kill. Will Federley for the faceoff. Will wins the draw back to his defenseman. Remy sends it up the boards. Shot, and Liam Duncan with the glove save. I can't zoom out a little on this end. This one goes right back at Liam, and he just jumps on it. Smart decision. Evansville wins this one up against the near side boards, and Caleb Doro with the block down low, and Remy to Will. Will goes behind the net looking for Sasha. Sasha backhands this one, tries to keep it moving, but can't clear the zone. Here goes Evansville, sending it down low. Evansville working behind the net. Remy in pursuit. They tried for that wraparound pass, but nothing doing. Remy loses his feet. Will Federley in pursuit. Remy gets there, going up the boards. This one's going to go back to the Evansville defender. He takes a shot from way downtown, and Liam Duncan dives on it. Nice job by Liam. 43 seconds left on the PK, 7:04 left in the second period. Big Ben comes in for Caleb. Evansville wins the draw, back to their defenders. Sasha putting some pressure on the far side, and Bencomo with the pass up to Sasha. Sasha across to Will. Will has an opportunity here with the backhand shot deflected by the goalie. That should have been a high stick. No call. Go figure. Big Ben tees off on that guy, but he takes the hit like a champ and keeps going. Trying for the backdoor pass. Nothing doing. Evansville takes another shot, blocked aside by Liam. This one's still loose. Sasha puts a stick on it. Here comes Evansville again. Pass across on the wide side. Shot deflected by Liam. It's behind the net now. This one's going to rim around and get back to the defender. Evansville working it in tighter. Takes a shot, misses the net. And he hit the goal, and Net came off its moorings again. These nets are not anchored well at all, and yesterday was a prime example of that. 6 minutes left. Bulls have killed their penalty. Shannon Cottle for the faceoff. Shannon jumps this one, goes around one. Reese has an opportunity here. Reese Douglas down the far side, takes a shot, and that roll between the goalie's legs. That's a goal. That's number 2 for the Bulls. What a play by Shannon Cottle and Reese Douglas. Evansville wins this one. Puck just kind of sat there for a second. That was strange, like nobody knew where it was. Evansville trying to enter Bulls territory now. Parker Allen in the game sends this one up and down the ice. Gets to, can't see who that is, but Bulls trying to center a pass there. Evansville looking to clear this one out. I think that's Parker on the near side trying to send it in, but comes out back to Bencomo. Bencomo backhands one forward, looking for Gus. Gus gets there, backhands it shallowly into Thunder territory. Back to Bencomo. He goes wide, looking for Shannon. Shannon couldn't settle that pass down. Bencomo's got some power when he throws one down the ice. In the corner now. Bulls take a huge hit. That was Shannon took a massive hit. Thunder come away with it behind their net. Trying to exit the zone here. Parker's going to chip it back in the corner. At the blue line. Can't hang on to it though, and Thunder trying to push back out. Bulls back in Thunder territory, but Thunder regained possession. Reese with some forward pressure. This one's going to roll down the ice to Bencomo. Sends it back up for Gus. Gus can't advance that very well. They do chop it into Thunder territory for a hot second. Now Bencomo's got it, and he takes off, but harassed by a man right there. Shannon Cottle to Bencomo. Bencomo's got it. He's in the zone. Going to wind up and take a shot. Sticked aside by the Thunder goalie. Parker trying to throw one back in deep and keep this one alive for the Bulls. Thunder going to get there first, though. Chipping this one out. They'll exit the zone. Defense dropping back in position. Caleb Doro gets there. Sends it across. Thunder jump it as it crosses the blue line. And nice job by Jude Cody to turn that one over behind the net. Jack Cooper overran the puck, though, and Evansville regained possession in our zone. Trying to work it around from the high slot. Shot stopped by Liam Duncan, and they keep stabbing him. .318 left in the second. Bulls still up by 2. Jude Cody will take the face-off. He's got Hooper and Hall with him back on defense. Uptain and Doro. Cody wins this one across. It's in the slot. Oh, off the post. Back to the defenseman. He chips it up and deep. Jude Cody harassing his man. There's Remy trying to make something happen. They're bobbing and weaving through traffic. Shot kicked aside by Liam. Remy boxes his man off the puck. It's loose behind the net. Cody sends it back around behind the net. They go to try to wrap around, but Remy harassing his man every step of the way. Another shot blocked by Remy. And what do we got here? I guess they're saying it hit the net, went out of bounds. I didn't see that, but all right. All right. Coming in, Will Federley. Philip Graw, Sasha Dediu back on defense. Parker and Bencomo. Parker sends this one up the boards. Sasha battling for it right here at the blue line. It does exit the zone. Philip Graw trying to jump this one. He's in pursuit. Philip applying pressure to his man. Almost caused a Bulls opportunity there. Nice job. Nice heads-up play by Philip. I think we're going to have an offsides. I think. Oh, no, it went in the bench. Will again for the faceoff. Evansville wins the draw. Evansville working into Bulls territory. On the near side boards here, somebody lost their feet. That was Parker. Evansville comes away with it, but in comes Will trying to steal it. Parker worked it back up the boards, but Evansville chips it right back in deep on the Bulls. Centered, and Liam Duncan swallowed that point-blank shot by number 8. Unbelievable effort by Liam Duncan there to get side to side and see that backdoor pressure. Evansville wins. Shot kicked aside by Liam. He makes the first save over the net this time. Big Ben sends this one around looking for Sasha. Sasha dodged a hit, but Evansville gets possession now. Sasha sends this one out and down the ice. Going to be an icing. No icing. Oh, they blow the whistle after Will got there. I don't agree with that. If you're going to blow it, blow it. But in comes Shannon Caudle with Reese and Gus. Back on defense, Remy and Caleb. Shannon boxes his man off the puck, steals the draw. Here he goes. Shannon Caudle got some space. Shannon up through the center, passes to Reese. Reese with an opportunity, takes a shot, but the goalie snatches that one up and then drops it for his man behind the net. 1:15 left in the second. Evansville chips it across. Caleb Doro is going to get there, settles it down, looks for his opportunity, takes a pass up the middle, hits Reese in the back though, and drops it off for Shannon. Shannon pushes it in, drops it for Gus. Gus is going to get there, work it in on the far side boards, passes back to Caleb. Caleb back to Gus, but Gus wasn't quite ready for that one. Back to Reese behind the net, tries to center it, but Evansville in the way. Not going to let him have that easy setup. Caleb Doro stepped up to make the play, got burned just a little bit. Remy Uptain got back though. Remy up the far side boards, and Evansville gets it right at their blue line. Evansville on the move. They're going to toss it in deep, take a line change. Here's Remy settling it down, working this one up the side, looking for Shannon. Shannon can't get there as it was a little bit in front of him. Remy does clear this one this time. Evansville's got to tag up. Evansville up the far side boards. He works it in tight. And nice job. Liam Duncan got side to side and stopped that one. Evansville, the last minute, I thought he was going to fire that one on net. But here we go. Bulls go into the third, up 2-0. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. Starting the third period. Bulls up 2-0. 13 minutes left to play. See if we can bring this one home. Coming out for the Bulls, we'll have Jude, Hall, and Hooper, the two Jacks. Back on defense, we'll have Bencomo and Parker. This one goes between the defender's legs and back to the Thunder defense. And he throws this one directly into the bench. Same line. Jude draws it over to the wall, but Evansville gets there first. They're going to circle in their zone and right up through the center. He's skating with a head full of steam. Evansville goes wide. Great job by Remy Uptain to box his man out. I think that was Remy. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Jude. Then Como with the block there as they tried for the pass, and Evansville's got to come tag up. They do. Puck is still in the neutral zone. Now it goes into Bulls territory, and Bencomo gets all the way across the ice and puts a stick on it to Cody. Cody to Hooper. Hooper gets bodied off the puck. Evansville trying to work this one in tight and get a shot on net, but Bulls keeping him boxed out pretty good. They go against the far side boards. Back to their defensemen now. Bulls need to get this one out. They have been in their zone way too long. Jack Hooper sends it around. This one's coming out of the zone now to Cody. Cody takes it into Thunder territory, drops it off for Hall, who sends one on net, sticked aside by the goalie. Here's Hooper. Hooper to Cody. Cody goes back to his defense. Defense not in position, though. Big Ben's got to hustle back to get there. Bencomo going wide looking for Hooper. It's behind his back. Jack chasing it. Can't get there. Evansville goes up the far side boards. They're going to break out here. Bulls took a line change, and that was Will Federley coming in, harassing his man and slowing that play down. Sasha put a stick on it but couldn't stop it, and they take a shot. Liam Duncan with the glove save. Liam Duncan putting on a clinic out here between the pipes. What an effort, what a show he's putting on. The score would not be what it is if Liam hadn't made some amazing stops in this game, so hats off to him. This one gets back to the man at the point, but Philip Graw puts a stick on it and lays the wood to the guy. Back to Remy Uptain, deep in Bulls territory. Pokes it around for Sasha. Sasha can't get there, though. Trying to work it in tighter. Philip Graw gets a stick on it. Nice block. This one takes a weird bounce in towards Liam, but Liam sees it all the way and dives on it. Another save for Liam. Will Federley off the draw. Remy Uptain stepped up and squared his guy up, bodied him off the puck. Evansville throws it in deep, comes all the way around to the near side boards. Now it's in the corner, trying for the tuck in around the goalie's pads, but it comes off his stick and over to Will Federley. Will throws the brakes on, passes across for Phillip. Phillip reaches out, gets it in the zone, can't hang on to it though. Evansville coming right back out. They circle in their own territory, harassed by Will Federley. Will got a heck of a forecheck most of the time. Evansville throws a shot way over the net. This one's on the near side boards now. Tries to center it, goes over to Sasha. Sasha circles, passes across towards the center, and can't hang on to it. Big Ben put a stick on it. This one caught by Liam Duncan. 9:44 left to play. Bulls still up by 2. Shannon Cottle for the face-off. He'll have Gus and Reese with him. Shot right off the draw from Evansville, and Liam Duncan saw that one. Evansville trying to put shots on net. Parker gets there. Parker skates it out wide, gets a little space. Parker up the near side boards. Parker into Thunder territory, deep in Thunder territory, tries to center that one to Reese, but can't quite hook up with him as it bounced off the net. Parker throws the brakes on, puts a shot on net, blocker aside by the goalie. Reese Douglas ties a man up on the boards. Back to Parker. Parker chips it in. Shannon was going for the deflection goal, nothing doing. Reese takes a shot from a weird angle. Gus with the one-timer, misses the net. Reese tries to spin, passes across, but can't get his man, and Evansville chips it back up to Parker. Parker winds up and tosses one, but it's wide of the net. Big Ben stepped up and kept that one in for the Bulls. Reese trying to dig it out behind the net, gets sandwiched between two guys. Shannon comes in and pokes it around. Reese with the forecheck. This one's gonna, Big Ben steps up, keeps it in. Big Ben fins a man off, sends it back around behind the net for Reese. Reese pokes at it, but nothing doing. Here goes Evansville. And Gus Federley with the back check harasses his man and causes a bit of a delay there to get the defense back. Nice job. This one to Gus. Gus to Shannon. Shannon, too much traffic right there and a turnover right at the red dot. This one to Shannon now. Shannon's trying to work around. Over to Reese. Reese can't get that one on net though. Behind the net now. Evansville works up through. Stops right as he crosses the blue line, and we're going to have an offsides. No offside. That should have been called. That definitely wasn't offsides. Up to Shannon. Shannon spins, fires, sticked aside by the goalie. Bulls pick it up at the red line. Pass across to Shannon. Shannon's in the zone now. Pulls up, but a poke check from number 8 causes a turnover right there. Bulls playing cautious, deep. That's Hooper back to help out. They lift this one out, but they can't get it out of the zone. Trickles towards the net, and Liam puts a glove on it. Sorry for my shoddy camera work, y'all. Puck is dropped. Evansville winds up, tries to take a shot, but it bounces behind the net. Back to their defenseman at the blue line. Hall puts a stick on it, disrupts the play, but they get it back into the man playing down low. Shot over the net. Evansville works it up to the high slot, takes a shot wide of the net. We're going to have a delayed penalty on the Bulls, and that's going to do it. Trying to see who they putting in the box. It looks like Phillips going to sit for a minute for a roughing call. 6:53 on the clock. Bulls got a PK for a minute and a half. Will Federley's going to stay out there with Shannon Caudle. Back on defense, we'll have Parker and Bencomo. Puck is dropped. Evansville wins the draw back to their defense. They cycle it to the man at the point. He takes a shot. Liam dives on that one. Not today, sir. That's 5 seconds off the PK. Evansville working it back towards their defense. This one doesn't quite clear. Evansville sends it back in deep in the corner. Bencomo harassing his man. It was lost between the guy's feet. And now we're working this one back up the ice. Here we go. Big Ben with the extra effort here, pulling it in tight and picked up by Will. Will sends it back towards his defenders. Shot blocked right in the center, and Evansville has the puck. They're going to send it down the ice. It takes a weird bounce over somebody's stick. Number 8 jumps it, and he's got a whole lot of speed. 42 seconds left. We're going to have another penalty on the Bulls, so we'll be 5-on-3 for 38 seconds. It's not a great place to be in with just a 2-point lead. So it'll be Reese Douglas, Parker Allen, and Remy Uptain for the Bulls for 38 seconds. Reese puts it between his feet, chips this one out, and it's out. Evansville's got to tag up, leaves the puck there for a second, and Reese thought he was going to make a play. Bulls got to be real careful and not overextend here. This one's coming out. Here goes Reese again. Reese through the center, tries to put a shot on net, but too much traffic there as they pinched him right as he crossed the blue line. This one gets past Parker. Parker circles. Parker going to retreat behind the net, protecting the puck, burning some time off. 9 seconds on the first penalty. This one comes out. Evansville's got to tag up. Reese with the forecheck, harassing his man. That's one penalty down for the Bulls. 52 seconds left on the next one. Trying to center this one, gets back to the man at the point, bounces between his feet. They're going to throw it down low. Trying for the centering. Remy says, nope, get out of my face. Remy again, tees off on that one, and here goes Sasha, gets wrangled down. We got no call on anything. Reese Douglas in there trying to make something happen. 19 seconds left on the penalty. Caleb Doro up to Reese. Reese can't hang on to it. Here goes Evansville. Evansville offsides again. They're going to have to tag up. They do. Sorry. 2 seconds left. Everybody's at full strength. Here we go. And we got an offsides. 4 minutes and 29 seconds left to play in this one. What a game the Bulls are putting on here. Coming out for the Bulls, we'll have Jude, Hall, Gra, and Bencomo and Kohlmeyer. Evansville wins this one. Hall tries to get there. Hall puts a stick on it. He chips this one at Evansville, but nobody was there to do anything with it. Evansville in. They take a shot from way downtown, and Liam Duncan flashes the leather and snatches that one out of the air. Holy smokes. 4:15 left to play. We had a false start, or no, it was a shot, and Liam snatched it. On the near side boards, can't see what's happening down there. This one squirts out, gets over to Cody. Cody spins to shield the puck, but turns it over right there at the high slot. They take a shot. Liam traps this one under his pad. Man, cannot say enough about the effort that Liam Duncan has put into this game. The kid has worked his tail off to keep this a Bulls lead. We got a timeout. Evansville takes a timeout. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left. Still a lot of hockey left to play. Bulls got to stay on top of their game here. All right, here we go. Coming out for the Bulls. Shannon for the faceoff. He'll have Reese and Gus with him. Back on defense will be Parker and Remy. And we got an empty net down here for Evansville. Evansville wins. They take a shot from way downtown through the skates of Parker. Evansville circling. Remy loses his feet. Evansville comes away with this one. Down low. They're going to send it around the boards. Can't see what's going on. Looks like that was Parker. Tried to send it around, but it bounced off the ref, I think. Shot behind the net. Evansville circles. Pass down low on the backside. Nothing doing. Tries to send it through the crease, but Remy tried to tee off and clear it. Couldn't do it. And that one went underneath Liam's pad, and Evansville scores. Bulls got to settle down here. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left. Will Federle comes out for the face-off. He'll have Caleb and Sasha with him. Bencomo and Kohlmeyer out there. Puck is dropped. Evansville wins. They push it up the far side boards. Chip it in. Kohlmeyer stopped it right there. This one goes around behind the Bulls' net. Kohlmeyer's going to get there first. Takes a hit. Sasha sends it down, but stopped by the D-man. Shot on net, kicked aside by Liam. This one goes through the center there, and Kohlmeyer's going to battle for it. Kohlmeyer comes away with it, got a little bit of space, and so he is taken off, and they slow him down right there at the blue line and turn it over. Shot, and we got another delayed penalty. No, we're pulling the goalie. This is an empty net. This one's out in the neutral zone. Evansville pulled the goalie to try to tie this one up. Bulls. Caleb tied his man up. Big Ben comes in to help him out, sends it down. This one's on net, but Kohlmeyer sends it back towards Will. Back to Big Ben. Big Ben chips this one down. If Will will hurry, he's got an opportunity. Nothing doing. Bulls keep it out of their zone for a second. Can't see what's going on. This one's in now. Big Ben chips it up and way down the ice. We'll have an icing. Minute 45 left to play. Bulls up by 1. Empty net for Evansville. If Bulls can put one on, they can seal this one pretty good. 144. A whole lot can happen with just a 1-point lead. Shannon will take the face-off. This one goes back to the Evansville defender. He's going to send it up the near side boards. Looks like Bulls have possession, and pass to Reese right at the red dot. Nothing doing. Parker bodied his man, shot, top shelf, and that one's in. Evansville ties it up. All right, all tied up here. Shannon Caudle out for the face-off. He'll have Gus and Reese with him. Back on defense, Remy and Parker. Evansville gets a hold of this one, gets back to Parker. Parker goes wide, loses his feet, turns it over. Evansville takes a shot. That one was stopped initially by Liam, but couldn't get it covered. All the way across to the far side boards, tied up by Remy Uptain. Reese comes in, tries to steal. Reese does, passes up to Shannon. Shannon with a poke check over to Gus. Gus back to Shannon. Shannon tosses it in. 56 seconds left to play. And this one comes out in the neutral zone. Comedy of errors there. Not sure what happened, but we're down in our zone. Remy loses his feet from the high slot. Liam dives on that one. Reese got tied up with one and shoved down. I think they're going to throw them both out. And they're going to take Parker as well. Parker, so they got 4 of them they're tossing. 37 seconds left. Shannon will take the face-off again. Maybe. Hold on. No, will take the face-off. Shannon's playing wing. Sasha's with him. And we have a timeout again. All right, 37 seconds left to play. Will, Shannon, and Sasha out for the Bulls. Back on defense, Bencomo and Kohlmeyer. That's the Thunder kids rattling their sticks. Shot through traffic behind the net. Bulls send this one out. 19 seconds left. Reese tried to get that one but couldn't do it. And they're going to call offsides. I think that's the right call. Again, sorry for my disjointed camera work here. And I know I'm at a weird angle, so it looks like they're skating uphill and downhill. 12 seconds left. Will for the face-off. Thunder wins this one. Weird puck just lying around there. And that's game. So we'll end this one in a tie, 2-2. We'll be back again at 12 for Bulls to take on the Phoenix. We'll see you guys then.